First tonight, the death of underworld figure Carl Williams at the high-security Barwon prison early this afternoon. The convicted murderer was reportedly bashed by another inmate and shortly after went into cardiac arrest. In a moment, I'll talk with investigative journalist Adam Shand. But first, an insight into Carl Williams from his ex-wife Roberta. A Current Affair has this exclusive home video of the man known as the baby-faced killer.
Three cheers.
Let's go, get him.
That's the lethal weapon.
Carl.
This is Carl Williams as few people ever saw him. Australia's most murderous drug dealer playing in the park with his daughter Dakota.
He was really relaxed with her at the park. He loved spending time with her. I think that was time that he really needed to spend with Dakota because he'd been away for a little while.
These exclusive home videos are a window into the suburban crime family that shook Australia to its core. And on the surface, it all appears so ordinary. Carl, his father George, and his best mate and bodyguard, Andrew Benji Venyamin. The person who brought these videos to A Current Affair is Carl's now grieving widow, Roberta Williams.
One of the few video moments we have of him with her, which was a great thing for Dakota to actually have now. For now and for when she's older, I guess.
This footage in the park was taken when the gangland war was at its peak. Already dozens of gangsters had been murdered, but on this day, Carl Williams' focus was on the christening of the daughter he adored.
Do you reject the glamour of evil and refuse to be mastered by sin? Do you reject Satan, the father of sin and the prince of darkness?
At a special family moment like this, even a hardened killer like Carl Williams showed his human side.
Carl used to stress really badly when Dakota would get upset, from when she was born until probably now. But just at that time when the water went on her head, when the priest poured the water on her head, he got a little bit stressed because she was sad.
The christening itself may have followed a religious tradition, but the after-party was an unholy affair. Held in Crown's Palladium Room, 400 of Carl Williams' nearest and dearest gathered to toast his daughter's christening with fine French champagne and cans of VB.
Oh baby, it's magic.
This was Carl Williams' way of showing who ruled this town.
Hello, Carl.
A month later, the Williams clan, Carl, his mum Barb, Roberta, Dakota and Venyamin, along with a couple of friends, holidayed on the Gold Coast.
Here we go. Hang on, let me get them close up, the muscles, please. Do that again.
Undercover police from Victoria's Purana Task Force were watching every move. But Carl Williams was at the peak of his powers, and if he was feeling the heat, you could never tell.
Carl didn't really ever feel pressure. Carl was one to just absorb everything and keep it in.
Hey, Carl, I got a close-up of your mouth.
For Carl Williams and his hitman, Andrew Venyamin, it was clear from their behaviour in these home videos, they thought they were invincible.
Andrew, don't. Oh?
3 months after this footage was taken, Andrew Venyamin would be dead.
What are you doing, buddy? Hey, buddy, what's going on, man?
Shot in self-defence by Mick Gatto. Cracks were starting to appear in the Williams empire, and his brazen attitude was starting to wilt.
Carl was always a quiet type person, to me anyway. A little bit more outgoing before he was shot. He, went within his shell after that. He wasn't the outgoing type person that he used to be.
What's the best song?
The one before this.
Within months, Carl Williams was arrested by police and later confessed to his involvement in at least 3 underworld executions. Sentenced to 35 years in prison, the baby-faced killer never saw daylight again. Now all Roberta has left is their daughter Dakota and a handful of home movies by which to remember him.
We were never a lovey couple that walked around holding hands or showing any sort of compassion in front of anybody. Carl's just not that sort of person.
Australia will remember Carl Williams as one of the most notorious criminals this country has ever produced. Roberta Williams will always see it differently.
I used to wear big baggy clothes so nobody noticed me or would look at me, and Carl pulled me out of my shell, and when we first got together he said that's one job he wanted to do, is rip me out of my shell and make me feel like a person, because that's what I was.